Sawadee ka! Welcome to Pad Thai Kitchen. So a lot of people talk about Pad Thai being the national dish of Thailand, but I am here to tell you that there's no other dish more deserving of that title than what we're gonna make today, Pad Kaprao or holy basil stir fry, with the fried egg on top, of course. It's ubiquitous in Thailand. We eat it way more than Pad Thai, and I don't know a single Thai person that doesn't love this dish. Now, I have made this dish before, but that recipe is sort of like a modern day version of it. Today I'm going to show you the original, the old school version that's actually simpler, but just as tasty. Let's get started. Pad Kaprao is spicy, so the first thing we're going to deal with is Thai chilies. Now, you can add as many as you can tolerate, but this should be spicy. Okay, so I'm going to get this pounded into a fine paste so there are no big surprising chunks. And try not to look at it when you're doing this in case it jumps into your eye. Just like that, chili skins totally okay, but no big chunks. Lots of garlic going in, and also some milder chilies. I'm adding two different types of chilies because Pad Kaprao is a dish with a lot of chili flavor in it. Now, if you don't tolerate a lot of spice, that's a problem because you can only add a little bit, then there's really no chili flavor coming through. So by adding two types, a milder one and a spicy one, we can get around that. I'm just gonna get this into a rough paste. Okay, just like that, this is the base of our stir fry right there. So we're making Pad Kaprao. Kaprao means holy basil, which I can't find here in Vancouver. Yeah, but you probably can't find it either unless you live in Thailand. So I'm going to show you two good options. If you want to use a Thai ingredient, you can use Thai basil, which is much more available. The thing is, the flavor of Thai basil isn't that close to holy basil. Your regular old Italian basil that you can find anywhere is going to have a closer flavor to Pad Kaprao. So I generally go with this one. It's also much easier to find. But if you do use Thai basil, it'll be delicious, and your local Thai restaurant is probably using Thai basil in their Pad Kaprao. All right, let's get cooking. I am making Pad Kaprao Nua today, and Nua means beef. Now with beef, I have a bit of a different technique to pull out that beefy flavor that is different from when I made Pad Kaprao with chicken. So I'm gonna get the wok really, really hot. The wok is starting to smoke. I'm gonna add the beef in. That sizzle is exactly what I wanna hear. And what I'm trying to do is develop some browning on this beef, because if I just cook it until it's cooked, then you have sort of an equivalent of boiled beef, right? And that's not good beefy flavor. So you wanna get it browned, you get that nice hamburger flavor. It'll make a big difference. Okay, I'm gonna give this a flip. Definitely has more to go, so I'm gonna give it a toss and then re-spread it and let it sear again. What's gonna happen halfway through is the beef is gonna start releasing liquid. And as soon as that liquid comes out, you're not gonna get any browning, okay? Don't worry, it's totally normal. We're just gonna let it cook until all that water evaporates, and then the beef can start searing again. So it'll sear in the beginning, and it won't sear in the middle, and it'll sear again at the end. Yeah, give it a stir every once in a while. You can see my beef is getting a little wet now. So at this moment, I'm not worried about it searing. I just need it to dry. The sound is gonna start to change from sort of simmering to sizzling. You hear that? So that's how you know, okay, now we're starting to sear again. So at this point, you don't wanna be stirring it all the time. You wanna give it some time to make contact with the pan. Nice. Now you don't have to go overboard with this. I just want some browning, and you can really smell it as well, and I'm happy with that. So I've turned the heat down a little bit. I'm gonna push everything to one side. My beef is impressively lean. So I'm going to need to add a little more oil, and then our garlic chili paste goes in. Give that a quick saute of the chilies. Add more oil as needed. Once the garlic has had time to saute, then you can turn the heat back up and mix the beef back in with the garlic. Because we wanted to sear the beef, this is now too dry, so I'm gonna add some water to get some more sauce action going. If you have some unsalted stock, like chicken stock or beef stock, you can use that as well. That'll be even better. Seasoning, this is The difference between the modern version and the old school version, seasoning is very simple. Just fish sauce. That's it. A little sugar, always, to cut the salt. I'm just gonna let this cook until the sauce consistency is the way I want it. I think this is looking good. Julienne peppers. I'm using really, really mild ones here just for a color and extra crunch. Bell pepper will work. And then I'm gonna turn my heat off. And all the basil. It just needs some residual heat to wilt. And that is it, you guys. How easy is that? Before we move on, I want to take a moment to share with you a very useful tool that will expand your horizons when it comes to cooking with beef. There's so many cuts of beef on the market, right? Which is great. There's something for everyone. But most of us, myself included, probably buy the same handful of cuts again and again. And even though we see all the other options, we don't buy them because we don't really know what to do with them. Well, Canada Beef, our sponsor today, has come up with a brilliant solution. The Canadian Beef Information Gateway is an online resource that will demystify over 70 different cuts of beef. Say you're at a store looking at a package called Bottom Sirloin Flap Steak. No idea what that is. So you pick up your phone and you open the gateway and then you find your cut. Here's everything you need to know. Recommended cooking methods with actual instructions, including timing and temperature, and also useful cooking tips. Steaks cook more evenly when flipped at least twice during grilling. Good to know. Then my favorite part, there are recipes. Yes, recipes that are perfect for this cut, which you can cook directly from or use as a guideline for creating something unique, and every recipe comes with video instructions. So the next time you see a cut of beef on special, go ahead and buy it and let the gateway help you with all the details. You can scan this QR code right here or click the link in the description below and get ready to have fun in the kitchen. Pad Kaprao is not complete without a Thai-style fried egg on top. And by Thai-style, I mean the egg whites are crispy and bubbly and we fry that in a lot of oil. Usually by the time the whites are crispy, the yolk is somewhat set already, like in my fried egg salad recipe, which you should check out. I'll link to that below. But today I'm going to show you a trick. For those of you who like the whites crispy, but you want the yolk still very runny. If you really like that runny yolk, this is what you do. I've got a pan here with about 1/4 inch of oil, and I'm gonna get it hot. You wanna start this in hot oil. And the way I like to test my oil temperature for this, because it doesn't need to be precise, I just drop in, bits of garlic or whatever you've got going on. And if it's bubbling excitedly, kind of like that, you're okay. Here's the trick. You fry the white and the yolk separately. And it should start to bubble like that. This guy needs to be punctured. There we go. Okay, so see my white is starting to brown around the edges. So now I'm gonna drop my egg yolk into this perfect hole. And I'm just gonna spoon a little bit of hot oil around the edges just to seal it. And that's it, super crispy white. My yolk is basically completely runny, and it is ready to exit onto our side plate. With jasmine rice, always. Look at that. Oh, this is bringing me memories of home already. Like, there are a few dishes that screams Thailand, and this is one of them. I have it every time I go home, every single time. And then, of course, the beautiful egg goes on top. Look at that! It was like I photoshopped that onto the plate. For a complete experience, there's a classic condiment that's always served with Pad Kaprao, and that is prik nam pla, which is just some chopped chilies. You pour a little bit of fish sauce on top and a squeeze of lime, and that's it. It's an all-purpose seasoning that we put on just about anything that needs a little extra boost. And in this case, we like to put it on top of the egg so that the egg has a little bit of flavor. Wow! And why I love runny egg yolk for this is because the stir fry itself is, it's on the dry side, right? But so the egg yolk kind of becomes this creamy element that kind of binds everything together. It just, for me, it's not a Pad Kaprao if I don't have the fried egg. It smells so good. I love everything about this. The beef, because we took the time to sear, has that, robust grilled flavor that you would not have if you just cooked it and called it a day. So it's a really important step. And it also makes the beef chewier and drier, which works really well to add a lot of texture to this dish. The flavor of the basil with the beef goes together incredibly well. And to be honest, I know this is not holy basil, but it's close enough that if you gave it to me, didn't say anything, it wouldn't trip me out. I would just be like, this is delicious. So I really hope you give it a try, especially with the fried egg. Do not skip that. It makes all the difference. The recipe, as always, will be on hotthaikitchen.com. And a special thanks to our Patreon members who help support the show. And if you want to know what that's all about, I'll link to more information in the description below. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time for your next delicious Thai meal.